Hi everyone, Michael from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au. So we've kind of covered over the couple of years different ways you can stack your silver or your gold, your precious metals, different varieties you can keep it in. We've recently started highlighting Smithy's Corner. He's an artist, but more focuses on the bars type of thing. We've had Adrian just swing through early this morning. He was showing off a couple of his pieces, and we decided to grab hold of him and just. It's not going to be an official interview. We're going to do that later. We've talked about it for a while.
I'm just dropping in on the way to South Australia, so I'm, parking and everything.
But this is Adrian's an artist as well. You call yourself an artist or a sculptor? Or
I'm a sculptor. I've been a sculptor for 30 years. I've covered a lot of genres in sculpture, but really in the last 10 years, I've specialised in bullion and silver and gold casting, and really, with the guys that are invested in with me, we've been able to cast the largest pure silver pieces in the world, and it's been a massive learning curve over that period of time. But now I've got it down to a very high resolution of detail. So, but look, I just came in and the guy's saying, "What's in the suitcase?"
We'll start off with the others first.
Okay,
We'll leave the suitcase for last.
We'll leave the Bond over there.
So this is just another way that you can store your precious metal. And again, we're going to do a bit more of an in-depth one with Adrian later on some of his, even maybe one of your larger pieces. We'll get that in.
Absolutely.
Just another idea of the way you can buy or store your fortune, your precious metals. So do you want to explain what these are, mate?
One of the good things about having, I see it as a three-way hedge actually. You've got the silver and the value that could go up, and you've got the artwork. And the other one is actually, if there was a different, bullion confiscation, when you did put into a piece of artwork, you are actually changing it into something else. So, a lot of my guys are interested in, all those aspects of the artwork, and also the potential value of my name going up and the price of silver and all of the above. So, this piece is, we're speculating on how much gold is actually in there, but I think it's probably over 3 ounces. That's pure silver and that's pure gold. That's all I ever use. I'm very interested in the commodity, the raw commodity. And actually, in terms of an oyster, it's the most perfectly environmental food production because it relies on absolutely pristine environment. And I think, I like the parallel with gold and silver actually being, just a sort of a perfect pristine form of commodity. And so this one here, which is the sardine spoon, and as you can see, it's got a little environmental edge because a lot of this stuff is thrown into the ocean from McDonald's and it doesn't break down, and that's one of the sort of aspects that I'm sort of thinking about with that. So over here, this was the first piece.
Not going to get in a trademark war over this one.
Yeah, I think it's fine. You can do whatever you like when you're an artist. Crazier the better. But this is actually a chop. It's exactly a pound. And it was one of the first pieces that I actually created because I wanted to create a pound of flesh. But trying to get the wax weight and the conversion just right was a great learning curve in the whole process that I was
So all your pieces are making a statement as well?
Well, investors want to get in for their chop. That's the facts of life. Everyone wants their cut.
But you have, you've made a statement with this, with your pound of flesh. You've made a statement with this, with
absolutely.
Environmental issues, and even with the oyster to a degree. You're talking about the pristine water and that type of stuff. So you're talking to an art ignoramus. Like, I know nothing about art, and I don't have an artistic bone in my body. So I find it interesting that. See, to me, that looks like a statue of a chop. Whereas you're saying, well, it's a pound of flesh and it's this and it's that, and it's something that I would never consider because my brain doesn't function that way. So it's interesting.
Well, it's not just a piece of meat, but it's definitely a piece of silver. And I think, what I like is this relationship with the artwork and the commodity. And in a lot of ways, I feel like it creates a sort of a life of its own because it's fluctuating, it's part of the world economy, and commodities are really... I think the future of humanity is going to be driven a lot by what commodities we've got going, particularly with gold and silver.
All right, let's open the piece de resistance for the morning.
Okay, well, the conspiracy is live and kicking here.
So we're still on the food.
I just want to say to everyone, guns are bananas, and got to watch it. But
This one is not loaded. We checked it before we opened it.
the great thing about this piece is that it gives you a real feel for the weight of the silver, because often you're picking up bars, you're picking up coins. It's not made to pick up. A gun is wonderfully ergonomic, and it's been evolved over a long time, horribly so. But by turning the banana in there, doing the gold, it's a gold plated. It's not a solid piece of gold with that banana, and the whole piece is 3.6 kilos.
Is it silver, gold-plated silver, the banana?
It's gold-plated silver.
Yep.
And it's 24 carats. So everything, I try and keep everything into a perfect thing there. So
that's fantastic.
if you want to hold that, I mean, it's like you wouldn't want to
hold it.
You wouldn't want to be in a Mexican standoff, that's for sure. This thing weighs a ton.
Got to try it. Oh, gee, it has got a lot of weight to it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a great piece, though.
How does that feel in the hand, just holding it like that?
It feels good.
Yeah.
So definitely an art piece.
It's a Colt 45 with the
Yeah.
banana slide bar. Oh, it's a bit of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Alrighty. So if people want to know more about you, mate, how do they find out about you?
Yeah, well, go to my website. We've recently done a documentary on everything I've been doing. So,
So what's your website?
It's Adrian Ward, www.adrianward.com.au.
Yep.
But just put Adrian Ward artist. I'm pretty much the first guy comes up there. And
We'll see if we can put a link for the website in the
caption,
in the things below, whatever we call those things.
Yes.
The notes below, so you'll be able to go straight there. And you've got some of your work listed there as well.
Everything's there. All my projects. There's YouTube blogs, and there's docos and everything. So it's
excellent. It's been, like I said, this is just an intro. Really, we couldn't resist Adrian dropping by, just grabbing him and nailing down for a minute, because we've talked about doing a proper interview for an extended period of time. So this is just a bit of a teaser with a little bit of your work, but it's fantastic that we've had a chance to look at it. Consider collecting this type of thing. It brings a whole new dimension to your stack. And I know we mentioned that with coins and bars and old coins and new coins and world coins, but this is really branching out into a different area. And like you said, you've got the potential for artistic increase in value. You've got potential for the precious metal increase. You've also got that extra spin of, if ever there was a confiscation, where does this stand? Is it a precious metal? Is it art?
And also, if someone comes into the house, this is not what they're going to be recognising.
Hiding in plain sight.
And it's hiding in plain sight. And I think it's a bit of a tragedy. Gold and silver is a magnificent material. I mean, it's probably the greatest material ever. And vast amounts of it are hidden away in vaults, and no one ever gets to see it. So I really love to get all that out there into artwork, and I'm pioneering a whole new form of artwork.
Well, we need to have you in, and we'll sit down and have a proper conversation with some of your bigger pieces and that.
Sounds good.
But thank you for dropping by and letting us see.
No worries, mate.
Good stuff. All right, like, share, subscribe, all those great things. Show it to your friends, show how crazy we really are. And we'll talk again next time. See ya.